Shalom, shalom. Call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. The double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the speckled bird, to all the Israelites who look like the heathen nations. And shalom to all the brothers that are out there doing the work in truth and sincerity, and magnifying and exalting the names Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Trying to, wake up the elect and hasten the coming of the Lord, Um, I want to do a little quick lesson on this, because Esau got the doomsday clock, and I'm gonna read it. It says, "Doomsday scientists announce apocalypse is nigh, but not here yet." Hey, they're very right about that. Like the scriptures say. Let's get this in the book of Matthew chapter 24. And verse 32, it says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know the summer is nigh." Verse 33, "So likewise ye, when ye see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors." Right? I'm going to skip to verse 36. Well, I'm going to read verse 35. It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." Meaning, what is the heavens and the earth? Esau's rulership. The earth itself, the globe, it abideth forever. But this rulership, this current society that is set up, all around the world, it's not going to be here, man. It's going to be destroyed. It says, but verse 36, it says, "But of that day and hour, no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." You see that? That's why it says, not here yet. And we don't know when it's gonna come. The Lord gives us signs. He left tokens. He left clues for the servants to pay attention to and to seek out. But we don't ultimately know when that day is going to come. We're hoping that it's in our lifetime. We're hoping to be a part of that number, the elect, 144,000, us brothers that are out there doing the work in truth and sincerity, and trying to wake up the elect. We know that it's going to come, but we don't know when it's going to actually pop off to the fullest extent, right? I'm going to read some of this. It says, "On the 75th anniversary of the Doomsday Clock, we're still closer to destruction of the entire human race than ever before." Now, that statement right there is not true, because, the Lord is not going to destroy every single, heathen, every single Israelite, on the earth. And then that's just going to be over. That's not going to happen, right? The Lord said that He would save the remnant of Israel. You're going to have some heathens that are left over, man. And I'm going to read some of this down here. It says, "Scientists who predict the future of the end of the world gather today to once again say we're still pretty close. The doomsday clock will stay at 100 seconds to midnight, the same place it's been since 2020. It says, "Every year, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, a group of scientists and security experts who study humanity's proximity to extinction." I don't know, I tried to click on where it said read on down. Hold on. Where I was, it says, I'm gonna start again. It says, "Every year, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, a group of scientists and security experts who studies humanity's proximity to extinction, gathers to quantify how screwed we are." It says, in 2020, the Bulletin set the clock at 100 seconds to midnight. It says, Trump was still in office, nuclear tensions were on the rise, and cyber threats were I don't know how to pronounce it, burgeoning. It says, the thing had not yet spread like wildfire across the planet. It said the clock remained at 100 seconds to midnight in 2021 as the death toll increased. Little was done about the climate change, and tensions with nuclear China and Russia escalated. According to the bulletin, the world isn't in a better place in 2022. Right, and it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse. Right? It's only going to get worse. Right? Like it says in the book of Daniel chapter 12. Right? It's going to be a time like there never was before. Right? This is the book of Daniel chapter 12 in verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. So it cuts what they said, to the destruction of the entire human, race, or all the races on the earth. That's not going to happen. Every Israelite, every single heathen is not going to be destroyed. It's not going to happen. And only Israelites can be delivered. Only Israelites can be saved. Not the heathens are going to be preserved. Some of the elites of Esau, they're going to be preserved, but they're not going to be saved. The kingdom that's to come is for the kingdom of Israel. I'm going to get that in the book of Daniel too. It says, verse 2 says, and many of them that sleep in the dust, the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Right. So what does the dust represent? That represents confusion, a lower state. A lot of us, before we came into this truth, man, we were in the dust, man. We didn't know who we were. We were confused. We were in a low vibration, man. Some of us, we're going to awake to this truth, and we're going to get everlasting life. Some of us Israelites, man, that wake up into the truth, you're going to come into the truth. Some brothers and sisters are going to fall out. They're going to have to come back in the kingdom, So they're going to have the everlasting shame and contempt on their face, man. But, I forgot what chapter that was in. Hold on. I forgot where it was at. It might be in Daniel chapter 2. This is it. Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. It says, in the days of these kings shall Yahweh Shai of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. This is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Right, that's going to be on the earth. That's going to be ruled by Yahweh and our Lord, our Messiah, our Savior, that spot without blemish. The ultimate Israelite, Yahweh Shai. It says, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. What does that mean? It's not going to be ruled by the other nations. It's only going to be for the Israelites. That's what that means. It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. You see that? And this, if you read this chapter, the book of Daniel chapter 2 goes into a vision that Daniel saw, and it's about the different kingdoms that were going to rule, and which kingdom will come at the end of that last kingdom, which I believe, what was it, the toes, I believe it says in a couple, verse 41, I'm going to read that. It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of the potter's clay and part iron, the kingdom should be divided. That's America, Babylon the Great, right? It says, but there should be in it out of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Right, because iron and clay can't mix, It says, and the toes of the feet were part iron and part of clay, so the kingdom should be partly strong and partly broken. And that's what position we in, man. Well, America's in, Babylon the Great. And we're in that time to where hey, that stone, that rock is gonna come down, which is Yahweh Shai. He's gonna come down, through the third heaven, man. Through the spiritual realm, through the galaxy. He's gonna come with them chariots, and he's gonna zap this place, and there's gonna be bombs and ICBM missiles flying across the planet, man, hitting this place, destroying the Holy Land, because there's heathens over there defiling it right now, and then the end is gonna be there, man. So what they said in the beginning, when they said of the entire human race, that's not gonna happen. That's not biblical. It ain't biblical. And we know Esau, they don't have the understanding. Let's get this in the book of Psalms, chapter 50, I believe. They don't have the understanding. It wasn't given that to them. It says, Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16, but unto the wicked, Yahweh Shah said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Right, you're saying that you are the people of the Lord. You're saying that the Lord looks like you. The Lord's dealing with your people. The Lord gave you the understanding and the mind to see and to declare what's about to happen. Now, the Lord didn't give you none of that shit. It says, verse 17, seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. You see that? And that's what they do, man. I'm gonna get something else, right? Because it's actually, the Lord did put, the Lord, allows, these Edomites, man, to do certain things, to send signs to the elect, man. To these average people, man, to these average heathens, and to these average jakes out here, these 2/3 jakes, man, they don't know what's going on, man. They don't have their mind to see in these eyes to, see afar off, man. They can't see past what's going on. They can only see from what they see on the news, from what the news tells them. Right? I'm going to get this in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14. Was it chapter 14? Or, yeah. It says, I'm going to read verse 10. It says, for the world have lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. You see that? So, hey, this place ain't what it used to be, man. Hey, as time goes on, what righteousness, is wicked, and wickedness is increased, man. What's wicked is righteous, and what's righteous is what's wicked. People are less affectionate towards each other, less merciful towards each other. That's what it means when it says, for the world have lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old, You can't, it's not a lot of mirth in this land, man. It says, verse 11, it says, for the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10th part of it is gone already, and a half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. You see that? This is during the time of Esdras. So how much longer do we have now in the time that we live in now? It's so-called 2022. And the scriptures say in let's get that in 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see that? And so that means that the people that basically set this up, or for the time period for this clock to be set up, will have to be the people that's ruling, for them to say this, because the scripture said the 10th part of it is already gone. Now, the Lord put the spirit on, Esau, the so-called white man, because the Edomites are the so-called white nation, if you don't know, if you've seen this video for the first time. The Lord put the spirit on them to basically come out with this, man, and to have it be at 100 seconds, man, because we don't have that long, man. And that means that Esau knows that he has a short time, man. That's what that means ultimately too. They know that they don't have a long time, man. You know? So they gotta hurry up and try to fulfill, you know, their desires, man. It says, I'm gonna get verse 16. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall happen, and shall be done hereafter." It says, verse 17, "For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein." You see that? So yeah, evil's gonna increase, man. You know? That's why I said the apocalypse is nigh, but it's not now. No, all hell ain't broken loose yet. No, it hasn't. But it's gonna happen a day. You know, it's gonna be a time, it's gonna be a second, it's gonna be a year, a month, you know, a millisecond, an hour, that all hell's gonna break loose. Hey, and there's gonna be no turning back. You know? It says, what did I read? It says, "For look how much the world should be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon." Well, I already read that one. Verse 18, it says, "For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come, which thou hast seen." You see that? So, hey, man, you know, that time is very, very, very near, man, because, you know, the elder apostle Sahar of Great Millstone, he coined this year the year to turn up. You know, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." You see that? And this is a perfect example of them knowing that they had but a short time. Because, you know, you would think, why would they even make, if they really think they're going to, you know, be able to ride into the sunset, you know, or somehow be able to escape, you know, without no judgment, they wouldn't come out with no doomsday clock. They wouldn't be building these doomsday bunkers. They know there is something coming for them, and, you know, in the top, you know, of Esau, Edom, they do know that there is a Lord, man. They know that there is a Lord, man. They know what they have done. But they do have that pride in them, you know, to where they think that they can somehow be able to escape or fight against the Lord and win. You know? So, hey, Esau, man, you playing yourself, man. But the Lord, like I said, he put the spirit on them to come out with this doomsday clock, man. You know, this ain't the first time. It wasn't just created or anything, but, you know, I don't know when it's our 75th anniversary, so, you know, that's how you just know we live in those times. This is the generation to where, hey, we're going to see the Lord return, man. We don't have another 50 or 100 years or 20, 30 years or 10 years or, you know, even 5 years. We don't have that much longer, man. Look at the things that are going on around you, man. You know? It's nigh, man. It's evident. You know? And we not ignorant to this, man. Us brothers that's in the faith, man. Like the scriptures say, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. With Esau and this doomsday clock. I pressed the wrong thing. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. Why is it doing that? 1 Thessalonians. I'm gonna get verse 1. It says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. They shall not escape." So basically, you know, hey, when that all hell breaks loose, you know, hey, it's gonna break loose, man. You're just gonna have to go through it, man. You know, if you part of your life, you're gonna be saved out of it, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah 30:7. Verse 4, it says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that they shall overtake you as a thief. You are all the children of light." And what is light? Light allows you to see. Light allows you to, you know, basically have a clear path. And the children of the day, we are not of the night. We're not of the night, man. We're not of this world, man. You know, they like to be in darkness. They're in other philosophies, other doctrines. You know, they're asleep. And it says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Right? We gotta be sober minded. We can't be caught up in the cares of this life. You know, sleep. When you sleep, what are you doing? You're not paying attention. You in your comfort. You in your zone. You know. I'm gonna read it again. It says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Other people are asleep. They're spiritually asleep. They're comfortable. They're expecting things to return to normal. You know? Or it's just a slump that America's going through. No, man. It says, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. You see that? Hey, they're drunk, man. With the wine and philosophies of this world, man. They're drunken in the night, man. It says, verse 8, it says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for the helmet for the hope of salvation. You know? So we gotta stay on our watch, man. We gotta have our lamps trimmed, you know, and we gotta stay occupied in prophecy until the Lord, man. You know, we can't let our jobs or no woman or no brother take away our crown, man. You know, because at the end it's here, man. It's here. You know, and we literally in the times to where stuff could pop off any second. You know. And I'm going to end off with that, Call halal, Yahweh Shemal Shabbat, Shema Kakadash, a double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the speckled bird, and to all the Israelites that look like the heathen nations. And shalom to brothers that are out there doing the work, magnifying the Lord's name and exalting him in these last days and waking up the elect. Shalom.